All right, guys, leg day is complete. It was going to be abs, but I'm trying to do my workout split into a new way so that I can separate chest and shoulders by at least 2 days instead of just one. Because, I just want to be able to train optimally and not have to keep slowing down because of little injuries. That gets pretty annoying. So leg day, holy crap, was the gym crowded at 5 o'clock in the morning. 12 people doesn't sound like a lot, but for an Anytime Fitness, it's a little smaller. It's pretty crowded, but I was able to record everything anyway. So, something I'm working on is still having the confidence to record when there's lots of people around, so. Anyway, so I started off with hamstring curls. Set the seat to the exact position that I wanted to, because I will say that I used to just set it in a certain way and just think that's just how hamstring curls felt. But I definitely recommend messing with the adjustments on the seat to find the right spot, and you'll know when you find it. But I warmed up, and then my working sets were a moderate weight, nothing heavy, kind of light, moderate to light, I would say. But we're focusing on that squeeze on the end and that stretch at the end. Time under tension, we ended up doing 4 sets of 12, and then my hamstrings were pretty pumped. I didn't plan on doing anything else for my hamstrings, but I did come back to something later, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then I did leg extensions for my quads, and we're moving on to a new muscle. So of course I did a couple warm-up sets to get my quads ready for the work ahead. But again, this one was a moderate weight. I was really focusing on the squeeze at the top of the rep and then the stretch at the bottom. Time under tension, really feeling my quads pushing this weight around. I did 5 sets of 12 there, and I kept the rest pretty low, 45 seconds to a minute. I wanted to keep the blood pumping to my quads. It felt really good, so that's just how I went about doing that set. And then I moved on to what was going to be my final exercise, which was calf raises. So I did some calf raises on the Smith machine. So what I did was I elevated myself. I put 2 25-pound plates down, and then I stood on it with the tips of my toes, and then stretch at the bottom and push up and squeeze. I did 3 sets of 15, but I also supersetted this with some RDLs. So RDLs, lightweight, because I'm still working on strengthening my lower back, because I've been doing a lot of hamstring curls, not a lot of RDLs, and RDLs are pretty important, getting that hip hinge movement in there. And so with RDLs, the mental thing that I do is I try to drive my heels into the ground so much that my tiptoes come off the floor sometimes. That's how hard I'm driving my heels into the ground. And when you do that, it's a lot easier to engage your hamstrings. So I did 3 sets of 12 of those, supersetted with the calf raises. And then I was like, well, you know what? I did a second exercise for hamstrings, so I might as well do a second exercise for quads. So I didn't really have time to warm up to do some heavy squats. Not that I'm trying to do anything too heavy right now anyway. But I ended up doing goblet squats. And I elevated my heels so that I could drive my toes into the ground. Because when you drive your toes into the ground, it's easier to engage your quads. Lightweight here. I wanted to focus on time under tension, but I think I went a little quick. And that's how I've always done goblet squats, is I just bust them out as fast as I can. So it's okay. I got a pretty good quad pump from that too. I ended up doing 3 sets of 12, and then I went to the bathroom and I did my pose down. That was my leg workout. So a short leg workout, it was still kind of short, but it turned into a little bit of a longer one because in the moment I changed my mind with what I wanted to do because I wasn't satisfied with what I had done in the workout. I was doing the calf raises and I was like, man, I think I got a little more in me. I know I'm trying to back off a little bit because I'm dieting down so hard, but at the same time, I was like, man, I can push it a little bit more and not be in the danger zone of pushing myself too hard. So I ended up changing up my workout. You know, that's something that's the call you got to make. That's why I'm not a big fan of pre-programming, saying I'm going to do 3 sets of 12 of this one, 3 sets of 10 of this one. You're going in, and if you can't perform that, you're going to be pretty disappointed in yourself. And if you go in there and you perform it, but you break form really bad just to get those extra 2 reps because you said you were going to do them, like, come on, we're splitting hairs here. The diet is on track. I've been trying a few new things with my diet, and maybe that's something I'll go over on one of these videos sometime soon. But yeah, that's about all I got for you guys. And tomorrow is going to be abs. I think I'll skip shoulders for a little while just to give them some time. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.